Hey, this is Lynn. It is Weigh-In Monday. I have just completed 39 weeks on the carnivore diet. And 2 weeks ago, I had some incredible results, and I lost over 6 pounds of fat. It was crazy. And then last week was more normal. So I was curious to find out what would happen this week, and the results were kind of unbelievable again. And so I'm super excited. Last week, I hit that amazing milestone of 100 pounds of fat loss. So that was a big celebration for me. That was pretty incredible. So I mentioned a couple of things from last week. My step challenge had to kind of go on hiatus because I'm dealing with a boil in the groin area. And I know that if you're new, you're like, what? She's bringing up boils? Yeah, I do that. I just kind of, whatever's going on in my life, I'm going to share it. It's usually something that's going to embarrass me, but I want to be real. I want to be transparent. And I realize that, the carnivore diet, yes, is so healing, but I got issues. So I do have a history of boils. And so I haven't had nearly as many of them on the carnivore diet. But occasionally I still do. And this one kind of got out of control. And so I am happy to report that after a week of nursing it, I literally thought I was going to have to go in and get this thing drained. And it was getting to the point where I thought maybe I was going to have to get it packed and get wound care. I had this abscess on my chest 2 years ago that put me into a massive mast cell flare. And, if you're brand new, I do have mast cell activation syndrome. And but that one got infected. And I had 2 different courses of antibiotics. It put me into a massive flare, a year of medical leave, eventual retirement from nursing. And I just was nervous about this because I didn't want to go through that again. Now, of course, back then I wasn't on the carnivore diet. And then that abscess never burst through the surface of my skin. Instead, it tunneled to my sternum. Not good. I am happy to report that as of yesterday, the current one started to burst through my skin, and then I did get a lot of drainage out of it today. So it is shrinking. So I am going to hold off on going and getting it addressed. What I'm doing so far, it's taken a while, but it seems to be working slowly. I'm very encouraged that the blood, there's a lot of blood, that's what happens is that, you have something that's your body doesn't like and it rushes all this blood to it. And then it gets swollen. And, I've been applying heat and ice. I've been using the frankincense and myrrh mixture that one of my viewers told me about. I have been also using some tea tree oil, diluted in fractionated coconut oil. And I've been putting some ice on it too. If it gets swollen, I've just kind of been applying ice. I've been tackling it from every angle, honestly, and trying not to aggravate it. When I walk, it gets aggravated because of the location. And so I have been literally my steps yesterday were maybe 500 because I've just been being so careful of it. So the step challenge is on hold. And I know we're getting kind of towards the end of February. I don't know if I'm going to be able to start walking again, for exercise soon. I need to let this thing heal. So it is what it is. That is life. I did add back my buttered coffee using ghee and heavy cream, and then the chocolate flavored element packets, which I'm so far tolerating all of it really well. I mean, my rosacea is not flaring up. I may still have this tiny little spot here, but it's not flaring up. My gut feels great. And so, whatever I'm doing right now seems to be working fine. And I mentioned last week, and again, we're going to go talk about poop. I mentioned last week that I started to have increased bowel movements with drinking the buttered coffee. I'm starting to wonder if it's just the buttered coffee that's contributing to it, because of this boil, I took a couple of days off from using my rebounder and didn't have bowel movements the following 2 days, even though I was still drinking the buttered coffee. And so then I did a little bit more rebounding, Just gentle, but for a few minutes, two, three times during the day, and then bowel movements kick back in. So I'm starting to wonder, again, this rebounder does some pretty incredible things, and I'm still learning what all it does. But I'm kind of wondering, is the rebounder contributing to having kind of more normal frequency bowel movements? I was having them very infrequent before, not in pain or anything, but now it seems like things are moving. I'm not going to complain. I'm just kind of baffled, and me and my analytical mind, I want to figure out the why, as to like, why on earth all of a sudden it's almost like a switch flipped and my colon decided to start moving things along faster. So I don't know if you guys have any comments, suggestions on what this might be, let me know, but I'm suspecting that maybe the rebounder is a factor here. Okay. So anyways, I want to go in and show you my results from this week. Again, unbelievable. Holy cow. So I weighed in this morning at 259.0. Like the last time I was in my 250s, I was in my late 20s. So that was almost 30 years ago. What? I was 263.8 last week. So the scale weight went down 4.8 pounds. This has got to be that rebounder. Like seriously, nothing else has changed in my life. Okay, yeah, the buttered coffee and the rebounder. Those two things. Other than that, nothing has changed. So yeah, 4.8 pounds down on the scale. Now my fat-free body weight went up by 0.4. 0.6 of that was muscle, so I'm down about 0.2 with fluid. And so that means my actual fat loss for the week was 5.2 pounds. Like what? Seriously? Another phenomenal week? Like this happened 2 weeks ago. I was up, down over 6 pounds. Now 5.2 pounds. This is the fastest I have, like going through the 260s was like nothing. Like it just seems like a few weeks ago I was 270. This is insane. It's truly insane. I'm not going to complain, but it's insane. So overall, since the beginning, my scale weight is down 80.6 pounds. I have gained 25.2 pounds of good tissue, muscle and bone. So my fat loss is now 105.8 pounds. Like just last week, I crossed the 100-pound mark for fat loss. Now I'm 105.8 pounds down. Blown away, as always. So overall, I have gained 23.8 pounds of muscle. I have gained 1.6 pounds of bone. So my fluid as of this week is down by 0.2. And again, it goes up, it goes down. 0.2 up, 0.2 down. That's just the way it goes. Since the beginning, that's it. Like 0.2 pounds of fluid down. That's it. So it's not like, oh, you've lost a ton of water. No, that's not the case. It is fat that I'm losing. I wanted to look at some of the details here. And super excited because my BMI is down into the 30s. Yay. Now it needs to be below 30. So, but we're getting there. It started out at 51.5. So 39.3. Awesome. And my visceral fat, now this is so cool. Like it's down to 20. This is the fastest I have dropped a pound of visceral fat. It took 2 weeks. It usually takes 4 weeks, but it took 2. Again, it must be the rebounder. I don't know what else to say. It's got to be the rebounder. But I'm losing the fat around my organs. Now, I do have to correct myself on the acceptable range for visceral fat because I have been saying it's 15. Well, I looked at the details of my app that is associated with my Smart Scale. And I found out I've been wrong. I've been saying 15. Now 15 is the next point where I'm going to drop out of the the range I'm in now. The range I'm in now is basically, what? Way too fat. You're too obese. Okay. So 15 is the upper end of high. Okay. So still not good. The acceptable range doesn't start till 11. So I still have 9 more to go before I get into the acceptable range. And I have been saying it's 15. Now I'll be fine when I get to that 15 point, and I am getting there. I'm 5 pounds off. But I have to correct myself. I have been wrong. So acceptable, which is where I need to get to, is between 6 and 11. Or basically, oh my goodness, I just got a phone call. Sorry, it's my daughter. I just hung up on her. Sorry. Good is 6 or less. So that's going to be my goal, is to get to, obviously I want to get down to 6, but that's going to take forever. Seriously. I looked at my range, was an acceptable range for me for actual weight. 198 pounds is acceptable range. So I have over 50 pounds to go. I have over 60 pounds to go before I even get into, I can't do math today. Anyways, I have a lot of weight to lose before I get into that acceptable range for my weight. Again, my metabolic age is still 62. It's not going, I mean, seriously, I'm not in acceptable ranges for anything except muscle mass. Muscle mass, I'm considered high, which is fine. I've always been strong. Like my muscle mass started out within the normal range, and now it's in the high range because I've gained a lot of muscle. But I've always been strong. And it must be a genetic thing. I mean, honestly, my brother was just this big, strong, muscular. He was like, just to give you a little bit of info on him, he was a baseball player, and he was being recruited into the minor leagues. And first baseman, he was a left-handed first baseman, power hitter. And this guy had like these massive muscular arms, and he could really hit the ball. But Vietnam War was going on. We just started recruiting young guys his age, which was like 19. And my dad was real nervous that he was going to be recruited into the Marines or the Army and be on the ground in Vietnam. And so he gave up his contract to play minor league baseball and went into the Navy. Still got exposed to Agent Orange, unfortunately, and still has long-term health effects from that. But he's alive, so that's good. Really appreciate that. Speaking of my brother, this is something that I'm really looking forward to. Now, my older sister, she knows that I've been losing weight. She hasn't seen me, but she knows I've been losing weight. She knows I've been on this carnivore diet. My brother has no clue. And he and my sister-in-law have not seen me since I've started to lose weight. And they will be coming the week before my daughter's wedding. And my plan is to film as they walk through my front door and see their reaction to me. Like, they're not even going to recognize me because, like, seriously, last time, and I know one of the times, I've mentioned this before, but one of the times recently that they saw me, they had a sit-down conversation with me and told me that they're very worried about me, worried about my health because of my weight. And so they're going to be shocked when they see me. So that's going to be like, well, my daughter's wedding is May 3rd. So it's like the week prior. They're going to be coming a full week ahead of time. And so I'm going to film that. I'm going to see what their reaction is going to be. And pretty excited to see that. And honestly, even seeing my sister's reaction is going to be good because, like I said, she knows I'm losing weight. And my oldest nephew and his wife and daughter are going to be coming. And they have not seen me since I was, before I started to lose weight. Like, I think the last time they saw me, we were visiting there January of 2023. I hadn't started on the carnivore diet yet. So there's going to be a lot of family members who are going to be pretty surprised when they see me. So I'm pretty excited about that. But anyways, man, I got off on a tangent again. I always say I'm going to try to keep this short, and then I go off on a tangent. I'm just excited about all the benefits I've been seeing. Like, honestly, how can you not be excited? And wow, yeah, I'm so excited. So, another thing. So it looks like my husband and I are going to be going we're planning on going to KetoCon. He put in which is at the end of May through beginning of June, May 31st through June 2nd. He just put in for his vacation time. And yeah, so we're going to be going to KetoCon. And so if any of you are going, let me know. And I'm excited now. I am wearing my Healing Humanity. I'll show you. I'm wearing my Healing Humanity shirt. I'm going to be working with I'm working on the documentary. I'm the production coordinator, and so we're going to be doing some filming while we're down there in Austin. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited. Good things are happening. Very good things are happening. So I will get through this boil crisis. I really will, and I will be better. But let's see. Make sure I think I covered everything. So anyways, that's it for today. I hope everyone is having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.